grunted and looked at the ceiling again. He'd often imagined his first visit to Underworld City. Of course, he hadn't expected the royal treatment or a red carpet, but he hadn't expected to be thrown in a dungeon for the umpteenth time. "Do you have an escape plan?" "A few, in fact," Einen answered. After his friend let out a sigh of relief, he added, "But I need at least one of my fingers to be free for each of them." Hadjar cursed up a storm. He spent the next few hours brainstorming about their current situation. In his desperation, he even turned to the neural network, only to be greeted by the following message. "Computing module is currently rebooting. Approximate time until completion is 3 years, 4 months, 12 days, 16 hours, 57 minutes, 45 seconds. 44. 43. There was no way out. "What if—" "Already thought about it. Maybe that too. We could—" "Not very likely." "Well, at least I'm trying," Hadjar declared indignantly. "Northerner, I've been here for 3 weeks playing chess with bats. You want to know what scares me the most? I lost a few times. Therefore, no matter what you end up proposing, I've already thought it over several times." Hadjar couldn't tell if Einen was joking or not. He sincerely hoped that the islander was still managing to mock him, even in such a stressful situation. 6 hours later, Hadjar realized that Einen wasn't joking. He'd also lost to a bat. The animal looked at him with its scarlet, beady eyes, inspiring slight trepidation and a considerable amount of envy. 10 hours later, Einen and Hadjar started arguing, accusing each other of being the cause of the unenviable situation. They even tried to crawl into each other's bath cells, but the glue held them in place. Then the days started dragging on lazily, like a grazing buffalo that didn't have a care in the world. Einen and Hadjar talked less and less. They silently indulged in deep meditation more often than not. The substance in which they lay possessed not only immobilizing properties, but also a strange ability to absorb energy. When they tried to free themselves with the help of their energy, the liquid began to glow, and power flowed away from their bodies and cores. It was a creepy dungeon, much more horrific than a simple slave collar with poisonous spikes. At least the latter was easy to understand, and even familiar in a way. "Hadjar," Einen said. He didn't really want to talk, but his lips and tongue were the only muscles that he could actually use. "I'm still here, don't worry. I haven't gone anywhere," Hadjar joked dryly. In all this time, no one had ever visited them. Not even that red-haired witch who'd obviously wanted to kill Hadjar. Surprisingly, they didn't need food. Apparently, after processing their energy, the glue would feed them in some strange way. To be perfectly honest, Hadjar wanted to believe that it was processing their energy and not their excrement. "What was that thing you ate when the dragon attacked us?" Hadjar had been waiting for this question. Surprisingly, Einen had decided to ask it after almost a month and a half of them being imprisoned. Okay, admittedly, he hadn't been able to get any answers from Hadjar during those first 3 weeks. For some time, Hadjar had pondered whether to answer honestly or not. After Nero, Einen had become the first person whom he could call a friend. They'd fought shoulder to shoulder and watched each other's back, but something in their relationship was different. There was no sincere recklessness or a readiness to charge after one's friend, even into the abyss or a hopeless fight. "A fairy's body," he answered finally. There was utter silence. Then Einen said, "What? What's a fairy?" Now it was Hadjar's turn to look incredulous.